Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is fakethriller, and today I thought I'd give you just 5 of my most helpful tips, I guess, for close quarters, since it just dropped for PC and Xbox, and us PS3 players have been playing it for a bit. So these tips aren't going to be necessarily in any order from like worst to best or anything, but they're just 5 things that I threw together that I think could help you do a little bit better in the beginning of your close quarters endeavors. So number 1 is don't respawn instantly. Like, I know a lot of people die and just sit there tapping the respawn button to try and get back in the action as fast as they can. But with these close quarters maps, they're relatively small compared to most of the other maps, and you'll be amazed at how many medics there are around you. So if you could sort of have some awareness of the situation when you died. Like, obviously, if you're totally alone and you got killed by the entire enemy team, then it's probably safe to respawn. But if you're alongside 3 or 4 soldiers and you're the one that gets dropped, it might not be worth it for you to respawn right away. It might be better for you to wait a few seconds, let your teammates finish the fight, and then maybe they'll revive you. So just sort of saving some tickets, saving some kill-death ratio, and I don't know, providing better teamwork. Secondly, keep moving. The maps are like a loop. Everything is connected with a side hallway or a corridor from the roof, and a hole in the floor or something like that. Everywhere leads to everywhere, and you won't have very much success by trying to camp and hold down one area. I found it's really hard to predict where people are going to be coming from, and if you stop, somebody will come up behind you more often than not. So I find it's best to keep moving, keep rushing, and keep looking for the enemy. Number 3 is be mindful of your weapon. In a lot of our weapon reviews, we always reference how certain weapons will lose in close quarters because they have a lower rate of fire. Sort of like the M60, and I think like the UMP has a lower fire rate. And since this expansion is called Close Quarters, you might want to just think about what you're using. I've seen semi-auto shotguns, the Spaz and the 870, lose just because the first shot didn't get the kill. So in the time it tried to take the second shot, somebody already like guns me down with the AUG or the TAR or something like that. So it just, I mean, smart weapon selection. You might not have the best luck with the slower rate of fire. Number 4 is them specializations. You believe it or not, explosives play a much lower role than you would think based on the way they were bragging about the destruction of the close quarters maps. You're not going to find much use for rockets, and you're not going to really use grenades as much as you might think, in my personal opinion. So I don't really see a need to use the double grenade specialization, the extra ammo specialization, because you don't live that long, and the explosives specialization to get more more explosives like rockets and C4 and everything. Granted, you can use them if you're trying to do something specific, like unlock the close quarters weapons. You need to get rocket kills. So I understand if you want to use them, but to be honest, I didn't find myself using rockets or even grenades that much because, like I referenced in the first or the last tip, is you want to keep moving. So what I would recommend is you use sprint and suppression or cover, stuff that is always going to help whether you're moving or you're in a gunfight, because it's mostly gun-on-gun action. And number 5, my 5th tip, is class selection. There's no vehicles, which means some of your key tools for the engineer class are going to waste. Like I said in the last tip, you don't use rockets that much, and you don't necessarily use C4 that much, and you certainly aren't going to be using a recon beacon, like a respawn beacon, or a tugs that much. You just don't live long enough for a tugs to really be super effective. Things move so fast that you usually don't get to hang around where you set those things up, and like your respawn beacon might not be a good spot by the time you actually do die. So just keep in mind, like, basically the best class I think in close quarters to use is the assault class, because there's nothing really on it that doesn't go to waste no matter what your loadout is. But where the engineer class, you don't much use the rockets and you don't use the repair tool at all, and I don't know why you'd use an EOD bot. With support, claymores are a bitch in close quarters. They're impossible to see. And you can put them down in the middle of a hallway and they get people all day, every day. It's very frustrating. But C4, by the time you get C4 down, you might get shot in the back. So just be aware of what you're using for a class. Honestly, I find assault to be the best, but everyone will use what they will. I know the support weapons kick ass, the unlockable ones, so go ahead and use those. But just keep in mind your loadout. So that's it. Those are 5 basic tips that I've learned from playing close quarters for the past week or so, and I figure a lot of you probably already realized these on one level or another, but I think that's going to do it for this. I'll go ahead and let this gameplay play out. This isn't much. This is just some MP5. What is it? MK5, I think it is, which is actually a pretty good gun. And look for a lot of weapon reviews coming out from us soon on various different channels, because we're spreading the love a little bit in the near future. But don't worry, they'll all end up back on the Shustybang channel eventually. So guys, thanks for listening to my tips. For you PC or PS3 players, if you have any extra tips that you want to give for the PC and Xbox players, you can leave them down in the description, and I'm sure everyone would appreciate that. And even PC players and Xbox players, if you figured something out right away, go ahead and leave a comment too, letting people know, and we can all sort of help each other out, you know? Make it a world go round. So guys, thanks for watching and listening, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun in close quarters. I know it's really revitalized Battlefield 3 for me, and I look forward to the rest of the expansions and really getting down and dirty with this close quarter stuff. So, all right, guys, I will catch you later. Peace.
Hey, let's go! Step it up! First aid to your feet. Pick it up.
If you're looking for a little bit more Shustybang in your internet, be sure to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/snoop603 and twitter.com/fakethriller. In addition, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Shustybang. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitch TV so you can catch up with all our live streams in the future. twitch.tv/fakethriller.